Hi, it's Jan Johnson, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really glad that you did. And last week, I talked a lot about storylines and the particular storylines that varying people in business use. And the purpose of me going through those storylines is simply to make you aware of them. And I said that kind of in a recap, actually, to make you aware of the storylines so that as leaders or other business people or politicians or comedians or people that you follow, as you listen to their storylines, you'll be aware of them and you'll really start to begin to understand the art of storytelling, and that it is purposeful, because the more you understand that, the more you'll see the need to interject it into your life to be able to market your business. And that is such an important trait to earn. Of course, I cannot stop telling you about it. It's what I'm all about, really, is storytelling. But this is something that I really want to get you to understand, that I'm pointing it out to make you aware of it. Now, I'll also tell you that I have said over and over that I'm a natural born storyteller. It just happens to be the way I am. And I have used all of these storylines at one point or another, whether it is, and I've got my notes here, I've got a secret, amazing discovery, before or after, third person testimonial, or even us versus them. I've used those, when I think about it, in sharing different stories with people when I've consciously told a story in order to get a point across. But what I didn't consciously realize at the time was that I was using that storyline for that purpose. Not until I started studying it over the last few years did I go, oh my gosh, I do that. Do you mean that's a purposeful thing that people do? You know, I do that naturally. It's kind of like maybe if you think of a painter or an artist that can sketch a portrait perfectly of somebody. They were just born with this talent, and they can sketch it and it looks identical to the person, or maybe even paint a landscape that almost looks like a picture was taken of it. They pick up their brushes, it comes out of them onto the canvas, and it's amazing. I envy that so much. But then maybe they pick up a book on art or on painting, and they see that in there the author is teaching someone to use certain brush strokes or a certain color palette in order to create the effect of casting a shadow and mimicking that. And the natural born artist goes, oh my gosh, I do that, but I didn't even pay attention to that. That's what I did. Just naturally I went to that paint stroke and I did it. And so now the people who are trying to emulate the artist that they want to become is learning through the book that the teacher is sharing with them, or the author is sharing with them, and being able to pick up a trait and become, you know, a phenomenal artist as well, because they study it. And then they, before you know it, or maybe a long time from their point of view, they have displays and galleries, and they are showing their own art because they studied. The other person kind of more naturally did it, but they both got to the same end. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring to you a technique that happens to come natural to me, and in the process I'm learning what the various aspects of them are as I'm sharing it with you. And I want to continue to be able to do that, to point out to you how to do it, because I have had a lot of success in my career naturally doing this, but not even really understanding from whence it came, if that makes sense. And so this week we're going to cover now yet another aspect, and that's really the character roles that varying leaders take on as they're telling a story. And the character roles that I'm going to talk with you about are director. That's the person who is going to take charge and tell you what to do. And you will start to realize, or maybe you've seen people that are directors. I'm sure you have. They're all over the place. Leaders are directors. Then there's the crusader. And the crusader is the person who's going to change the world. And in the network marketing industry, you see that particular individual a lot. And then there's the evangelist. The evangelist is the person who studies everything. They do a lot of research. This is the best of the best. They know it's the best because they've researched everything on it. So think of those three character types: the director, the crusader, and the evangelist. And what I want you to do as you go about your business today and you're coming across individuals is kind of think, oh my gosh, are they approaching that from a director point of view where they're directing me what to do? Are they doing that from a crusader point of view or from an evangelist point of view? Start to recognize the roles that people play, and even yourself, the role that you may play as you're talking with your team members or you're talking with a potential customer or client. And then starting tomorrow, I'm going to delve into each one of those character roles and share stories with you about varying leaders and exactly how they've done it. There's some good stories in there. You're going to like this. And so if this video has helped you, and I hope it has, please come back as I go through the characters and comment and share with your team members as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really glad that you did. I love what I do. Have a great day.